Welcome to the Coast and Tiki Podcast, a unofficial guide to coasting theme parks, roadside attractions, unique dining, and escapism from that corporate grind. Let's get this show coastin'.
Good afternoon, folks. We have a jam-packed show for you tonight. On tonight's show, we are bringing on Tai Chi Cakes. She is well-versed in the Disney dining atmosphere, has been to the parks probably more times than count. So with that, let's get to it. So, Reg and I recently went to something local called the Sidecar Slider Bar. This is kind of an interesting place because I feel like in all of my travels, I haven't really seen too many places where they had kind of eccentric sliders that you can get. I've seen places like near us you have stuff like the Telway, or you got a White Castle or something, but these had some really, really unique sliders.
They did. They really did.
Which one did you go to?
We went to the one over in Sterling Heights.
The original. Okay.
Yeah. We actually didn't know there was other locations until we looked at the menu.
Yeah, that one was their first 2 or 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it's weird too because that place looks like it's been abandoned. Like I thought it maybe opened for a little bit and then it closed. But it's hard to tell because I always thought like all the cars were going towards Ichiban next door. And I guess it's an even spread. They actually have a golf simulator in there too.
I was
I
gonna say,
saw that it's kind of like a second room.
yeah, it just shares the same entrance. It's weird.
Mhm.
Yeah. There was people coming in right behind us that were going to the simulator.
It's like they took a whole space right next door. It's not even like one of the small ones you see like in the strip mall. They actually had some big screens. I mean, it might as well be like you're doing virtual Top Golf in there.
I
Mm,
kind of feel like it has a little bit of an identity crisis, but not necessarily in a bad way. Because if you look inside of it, it literally looks like a tavern. You know, those tavern type dark with all the TVs, all the walls are black.
yeah.
You're kind of drawing in the poker player and sports wannabe types, that sort of thing. But then you get inside and they have a really family friendly menu. They are all about just having these little tiny bite-sized type foods, which I guess are bigger than bite-size, but they have a lot of variety, so you could go there with your whole family and everybody can find something to eat.
Yeah, they had a pretty good selection. Also a note, before jumping in on the food, they had a very interesting music selection.
It felt almost like a playlist put together by the staff because we walked in and it was country. Then they were playing K-pop, and then 21 Pilots came on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eclectic.
They were all over.
I'm like, am I hearing really what I'm hearing right now?
Yeah. So yeah, relating to identity crisis, the music was also quite a bit of a identity crisis. They have a lot of for not being somebody that drinks often anymore. They have a ton of craft beer, like a huge selection. So if you're into craft beer, that is definitely a spot to go. I want to say it was almost as good as like going to a yard house.
Wow.
And their prices are really good. So with that being said, jumping into the food. So we started off with a Parmesan waffle fry to start off with. Parmesan garlic.
Mm.
Um, and it had like shavings of Parmesan, and then it had the what do you call it? The Parmesan sauce on top of it. It was actually like it looks soaked, and usually when stuff is soaked with stuff, sometimes it's kind of like, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible heartburn. But it was actually pretty good. It actually was really tasty. It was hard to not eat too many of them before the meal.
I'll bet. We
Um,
kind of had that experience too. Dave and I went, and we actually ordered a lot of things, and we didn't get those. We got the tots, and they were phenomenal. They were super crispy, and they put some kind of a seasoning on them that was just almost addictive.
they have some really good appetizers there. They even have, I saw they had pierogies on the menu too, which was kind of interesting for a sports bar.
We ordered those the first time. I went with my mom and, somebody else, and, of course, my mom loves pierogies, so we went ahead and ordered them. They are kind of the standard general pierogi you would get just about anywhere, so they're not like they came from, somebody down in Hamtramck who delivered them to them, but they are good, and they don't deep fry them. I believe if I remember correctly, they actually pan fry them, which is actually to their credit. So, but they were good.
We'll have to try them next time. And then as far as the sliders, I got a 911 slider, which had like I think it had habanero cheese, habaneros, all that kind of stuff on it. They warn you right before you get that it's hot. And I figure, like, I mean, I've had the ghost pepper cheese before, and it's really never phased me. But I don't know what was in that habanero. It was pretty strong. Um, and then I also had the Southwest sliders, or was it Southwest? It was something like a Southwest. I don't know the exact name of it, but that was pretty good too. And then Reg got a PB&J slider.
Oh, me too.
It honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, I loved it. But I like peanut butter and jelly burgers. That's kind of one of my things when we go to burger places. I usually will order that if they have it on the menu just because I'd like to try it.
Yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea, but I don't like peanut butter and jelly. So
Yeah, and then I got, like, the Caesar one, and I got what was the other one that I got? Oh,
you got the Rojo.
oh, yeah, the Rojo, so I had, like, avocado, lettuce, tomato, the most normal sounding one out there.
Yep.
I will say the Caesar one was a little weird, but their chicken was amazing. I don't know what they did to that chicken, but, like, it was really juicy. It was great.
Well, take off all the green on it, and maybe I'll be interested in it.
So I had a couple of different types of mushroom sliders there. I've had the mushroom and Swiss slider, and I actually had the portobello slider, which does not have meat on it. It had, I believe, goat cheese and balsamic and arugula, tomatoes, I think. And it was actually they knocked it out of the park. The portobello tasted like it had been marinated, and it was absolutely wonderful. As far as the mushroom and Swiss slider, it was good, but whatever mushrooms they used were very, earthy tasting, almost leaning toward truffle earthiness, which is not my thing.
Reg would
So, if
hate
you
that.
like yeah, so if you like earthy mushrooms, you would love it. I not so much. I've also had I think it's, I'm actually looking at their website right now because I needed a reminder. The Ripper Dog, which is basically their version of a Swanky Frankie. It's the bacon wrapped deep fried topped with cheese, except like little kid size, which was perfect. So, and it was very good. We enjoyed that. We were laughing when we got it because it was literally like a half size hot dog.
That sounds pretty good.
Mhm. And I believe they're beef hot dogs, if I remember correctly.
Beef hot dogs.
Mhm.
That'll
Like
be
the all
another
beef.
thing to try.
Yep.
It seemed pretty good. It's definitely something we want to return to. We like doing the burger bars. There's not as many burger bars anymore as like there used to be, or at least good ones. You got like Red Robin and all that, but they're kind of eh. I mean,
Yeah.
they exist.
They're
They're
good, but they're expensive for one. Then here you can go and if you just want one slider, it's probably anywhere between $6 and $7 for it versus 15. So, although with Red Robin you do get fries, bottomless. So there is that. But I like the variety here.
Yeah, they do have good variety. I think probably just the two of us with the waffle fries, I think costed us $37, and Reg had like she tried three of the sliders. She didn't have all three sliders, and then I get two sliders from my end. And for that price, I mean, I know we've gone to Red Robin and it's costed us probably almost at least $50 just for getting a sparkled lemonade with the burger, which is kind of like insane. I feel like it's kind of crazy to think that like my family would go out and I mean my dad would always look at the price of like $45 and be like, "Oh my god, that's like really a bit pricey for like going to Applebee's or even Red Robin or something like that." And then uh just kind of the reality at the moment is going to Red Robin and I'm looking at the price and it's like this is like the same price my dad was like for like four people under that price. So
Yep.
it's
And
interesting. Interesting
it
for
did,
sure.
I mean, our prices really did jump up by a considerable amount over the last 10 years. So, these burgers probably 10 years ago would have been between 4 and $6, maybe 4 and $5. So, there has been a significant increase in all of our restaurant costs, and we noticed it especially even with breakfast. I mean, a piece of bacon and 2 eggs and toast should not be costing $12. And that's at the not even the high-end brunch places, that's just, if you went to, like, IHOP or something.
Yeah, it's everybody feels like they have to that's like the phase right now. Everybody has to have their expense like they're the new expensive thing on the block for like a breakfast place and they're making it look like fine dining breakfast when most people just want like a Denny's or like your mom and pop like greasy spoon for breakfast. They don't need to have like the true presentation of having like more parsley than you ever need in your life on like an omelet that you're not going to eat the parsley, but you're paying for the parsley.
Yep, 5 pieces of some kind of greenery that nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, and people toss it to the side, but
Mhm.
no, it's crazy. But yeah, that was our experience to the sidecar slider bar. Um and last note I want to make on our rundown is if none of you have seen the Smoky Eagle extravaganza video posted to TikTok and our YouTube channel, what are you missing? I
This
mean,
is the one you showed me at the party, right?
yes.
Okay, so I was there and I missed it. So, watching the video was new to me and it was hilarious because I'm not sure how I missed it because I was
It's
on that same vacation.
it's interesting. Well, that one was actually from 2 years ago.
I was still there though,
Oh, true.
supposedly.
True. Yes.
Supposedly, I don't know, maybe I was in the house doing something, but it would seem strange that I missed it, but I did.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Bryce and I guess wanted to do something different and go run through the smoky firework and things took a turn for the worse when the cottage neighbor next door started launching their fireworks and one of them shot towards our dock. So
Yes, crazy Cleo
yeah,
and
crazy
company.
Cleo. Shout out Cleo wherever you are out there.
Yep, hope you had a good 4th.
Yep. Um. All right. So that will conclude our top rundown, and now we're gonna get down to our coast down. So Tormenta, you sort of finally open after having a fire at your control box, and now you open to season pass holders, and now there's a on-ride POV of the ride. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. I feel like this is more of a ride where it's more interesting seeing it from ground level, because on Six Flags' skyline, or Six Flags Over Texas down in Arlington, Texas, it looks really cool. I mean, it completely dominates the skyline. However, looking at the on-ride POV, it is facing the same issues that a lot of the new B&M rides have, specifically the dive coasters, and the new wing coasters that, again, it looks like it's shaking like a viper through its layout. Also, the ride in general is just, I don't know, really, really weird transitions too. I think that's the other part that makes it weird. They've been constructing this thing for a really long time now. Like, they started early constructing it, and it still is like, I don't know. I don't know why it took them this long to get it open, but I guess it's their first 300 footer, so I
So
guess
right
that's
now,
cool.
only the season pass holders are able to ride it?
At the moment, I thought I saw something recently that they had to close it down again for something.
Well, maybe they're testing on all the season pass holders because they know they already got all their money for the season, and if something bad happens, they can just start from the beginning.
They can sacrifice the pass holders, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
that is true. When Top Thrill 2 came out in 2024, Bryce and I hightailed it down there once I got out of work just to go ride the ride. And the ride closed down like 2 days later because it was causing too much stress on the structure. So they had to close it for like the full year. And then it reopened in like 2025 with like all these shock absorbers and all this other stuff added to the tower.
I would not wanna be the guy in charge of the physics on those rides. Can you imagine the amount of stress those people have?
Yeah, I can't imagine, especially because the company that took over the redo of Top Thrill Dragster had never built anything that tall. I think they maybe built their highest ride was maybe like 120 some feet. And then they took on the project of redoing Top Thrill Dragster by adding a 400-foot spike and reinforcing the track and all that with new trains and all that. So they took a pretty huge jump, and it clearly showed. They took the jump and they kind of fell a little bit flat. But as Reg can attest from last week, it's a pretty cool ride.
Top Thrill?
Yeah, Top Thrill 2.
I actually loved it when I finally got on it.
Oh, awesome. And you live to tell about it.
Yeah,
Yep, I lived to tell.
yeah, not as bad as Siren's Curse.
I still think I scared Tay when I first rode Siren's Curse with him. I was freaking out when on that tilt. I was not having a good time. I'm pretty sure he heard me praying to
Yeah,
anyone.
I've never heard her pray, so that was a little interesting.
I was praying that they would please just drop me. I'm fine with the drop. I just don't like the hang time.
Yeah, that's always the worst because it's like you're in this suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it's coming.
Well, you feel like a sack of potatoes in those restraints because they're kind of just like the floppy restraints because they have you pinned down by your thighs. And then the other thing's just kind of there just as kind of like a repercussion, yeah, just a brace. And when you're going vertical, I mean, you're to the back of the seat, but when you're aiming straight down and it has that tilt track looking straight down, then you're literally flopping into the restraint, looking straight down, and it's like, okay, well, I don't like kind of hanging in like this rubber canopy like thing, so
Yeah, that was my issue. I didn't trust the restraints at all, especially it being my first time riding it.
just
That's the other reason why I'm
Nope,
paranoid.
nope,
No,
nope, nope,
thank you.
nope, nope.
Exactly.
Cedar Point has an impeccable safety record for the most part.
For the
Yeah,
most
as we were
part.
going down the Cedar Point the other day, and he's just like, "Oh, look, Simon's Curse went down again. Oh, it went down again."
I mean, it's just that great.
Mhm.
It needs some downtime to recoup its awesomeness.
Yeah, but do you see those videos on Instagram and TikTok of people being evac'd at the tops of those rides?
I like the one many years ago. They had Top Thrill. Actually, it was the original Top Thrill Dragster, and they had it stalled at the very tippy top, and I can't remember if that scenario they had to bring people down the very skinny elevator lift, but they still had to have them evacuate the train onto the catwalk 400 feet in the air. And then they had scenarios where like they literally have a guy going up there and kind of just has like one of those rescue hooks, and he's just like poking the train to just try to get it to drop.
Give it a good kick with your foot.
Literally.
Yeah, or telling people to like lean all your weight forward to try to get it over. So
Yeah.
that's a little terrifying. As
Yes,
much
everybody
as
kind of do the butt shuffle forward.
well, a lot of Disney fans are like excited to get like a what do you call it, an in-show exit?
That's what it's called.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, cool, we get the evac Expedition Everest, or we get the evac Test Track, or Space Mountain, or one of them. Yeah, I would love to see those Disney fans being like, we want an in-show exit at Cedar Point on like Millennium Force or Magnum, or yeah, you're enclosed in a box for the most part. When you just have some steel track that looks like it's just on a couple telephone towers, I don't think you want your in-show exit to be there.
Nope.
No.
No.
Especially
just
because I don't know if they
push me
harness
off
the
and get
people
it
going
over
down.
with.
Exactly.
Well, and all those catwalks are not like, like going down wooden deck stairs or something. They're like the ones where you could probably drop a penny through the stairs.
It's the equivalent to a water slide stair. So it's like the slotted metal ones with like that are floating basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have a heart attack and die, and they would just have to just throw my body over the side.
Same here. It's okay.
Well, I mean, at Cedar Point, I guess the surf just takes it away.
Exactly. Just pitch me over and wish me a good journey.
I don't think I'd want to have my sea burial in Lake Erie, though. That's not the most fantastic, cleanest lake out there. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take mine at the one they have way up north, the Ippity Skippity or whatever it's called.
Oh, kitch itty kippy.
Yeah, there we go. They can go send me out there and go shoot the flaming arrows, make it like the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so
You know
you
the
want the
scary thing
Viking
about that-
burial.
Yeah, but there
You wanna
better
be-
be a waterfall.
I was going to say, you want to be sent over a waterfall flaming.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, but if they pitch you in that water, people will see you.
Yeah,
It's clear.
You're gonna just see you at the bottom.
Yeah. You
Oh
just
wait, no,
laying
you're
down
gonna
there.
float though.
true.
Yeah.
I would float.
Dead bodies float.
Yeah, but it's clear. Even if you didn't float, people would still see you.
It's true.
It's gross.
Hmm.
Don't do it. You're ruining my memories of Kitchity Kippy.
I was gonna say, if you do it,
Well-
make sure you do it in a very murky body of water.
I will make sure not to revisit the topic of what Disney fans do when they go to the great beyond. I will not mention it here. You can look it up and be completely disgusted the next time you ride the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. I thought, yeah.
Yeah, even though I think that is technically against the law.
Oh, it is. It's definitely against park rules. There's people watching closely through security on you bringing vases into the park. That seems a little suspicious.
They probably
Speaking,
have facial tracking.
I would hope they do. I would really hope.
Gross.
Speaking of that, on a lighter topic, well, I wouldn't say it's a lighter topic. Somebody apparently had their phone battery burst into flames while waiting in line for the one and only It's a Small World.
The phone
Magic
was
Kingdom.
just so excited to get on the ride.
Probably burn out from hearing that song a million times while they're waiting.
That one too. It's probably
Because
like
it
their second or
burns
third time
itself.
riding it or something.
Yeah, it burns itself into your brain, and you're singing it 3 weeks after you get back. You can't control it.
I'm just glad it didn't affect any of the creepy dolls that are inside of it.
I was more concerned because all of the dolls' hair is yarn. I would have been more concerned that they all would have just went up in flames.
Okay, that reminds me of the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No.
Have either of you seen it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that scene where they're going, Willy Wonka, and these dolls are going, all of a sudden they start burning and melting.
Yeah.
I always have that brief thought whenever I get on the ride at Disney. It's a Small World, and I keep thinking, what if these things just kind of go crazy and start melting?
So my thing is, we were talking about in-show exits not that long ago here, and as much as I would love to get on one of those, it's a small world. I don't know if I want to be walking up close and personal to those dolls.
No.
Go read Kingdom Keepers, the first book. You want to read a book that's like going to terrify you for life, and it's supposedly made for, I think it's like preteens and all that. The Riley Pearson book, he wrote Kingdom Keepers novels, and it's supposed to be like the villains bring the attractions to life or whatever through magic. And there's one scene where there's some good animatronics and then there's some bad animatronics. And sure enough, the ones in It's a Small World are the bad animatronics, where they start chasing the kids and they're trying to like gnaw on their legs, and it's
You
just,
know it's gonna happen in the future.
oh, I'm
I'm telling
sure.
you.
We already got Walt Disney back at Disneyland, so
Yep, it's
he's
gonna happen.
We don't talk about him.
he's already had some moments. It's not what is it? Great moments with Mr. Lincoln. It's creepy moments with good old Walt.
From what I remember, he's like a mix he kind of looks more like Roy, his brother,
He does.
than he looks like Walt himself. It's a little weird.
Is this a statue?
That's
So
an animatronic.
it's a full body
Anima
animatronic
Oh, okay.
over in California, over in Disneyland. Basically, they replaced the Lincoln animatronic from the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln or whatever it is, and they
Okay.
replaced him with Walt.
Well, he's still there.
Was he?
Yeah, they kind of did sort of like a Carousel of Progress. Well, no, I guess it's not Carousel of Progress. They're basically like on a Lazy Susan turntable. So, like, sometimes you get great moments with Mr. Lincoln, and sometimes you get Grandpa Walt himself.
Wonderful.
I don't know. I'm not.
Glitched many of times.
I'm not. I was a big Disney fan as a kid, and I don't know what Disney fans are called now. I don't think I want to know.
Probably not. But, talking about glitching, we got caught on the Carousel of Progress ride. Were you with us at that time? Somebody kept standing up, and we ended up watching the first part of it, like, 6 times in a row.
I don't think I saw that.
Lord.
Oh, we got stuck in there. Oh my gosh, we were in there for over an hour because somebody kept standing up, and it knows, like, the weight.
Mm-hmm.
It knows, and it would just start it over again and kept starting over, and then you kept hearing the people on the screen or on the headphone things going, "Please stay seated. The Carousel of Progress will not proceed unless everyone is seated." And then it would get to the end, and then somebody would stand up again. And I swear they were doing it on purpose, but we were in there with the kids and they started crying. I mean, and it was so creepy. So now I think they're traumatized. They don't ever really want to go back in there again.
That one's supposed to be getting an update, actually.
Yeah, well, hopefully they're not gonna go pull a Stitch and have these weird, pointless shoulder restraints coming down right on your collarbone to make sure you don't go stand up on it.
Alien Encounter always had those, though.
Oh, they did, but they were pointless.
Eh. It's so they can simulate that it was on you. Literally on you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think I like having a restraint jumping on my collarbone.
It was very
No.
uncomfortable.
I didn't even like
Mm-mm.
Alien Encounter.
No,
I
thank you.
vaguely remember it, and I thought it was kind of a, I like them. Okay, so like Universal has like Revenge of the Mummy. I feel like that would be okay in a Disney park, even though it's a little creepier. It would be okay. Disney went like all like, yeah, we need to like blow Universal out of the water with like the alien encounter, which completely was more disturbing than anything. Even Jaws, it was more disturbing than Jaws.
Yeah, even the Stitch version freaked me out.
Oh, I remember that now. I was trying to picture it, but now that you mentioned the Stitch version, yes,
Yeah.
that was creepy.
Stitch ruins everything.
Well, they literally just plunge you into pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, okay, so Stitch, like, I honestly think he made the ride. Well, I guess he didn't make it worse. I think he just made it more intolerable. And, you know, I took a chance when I went to Tokyo Disney. Was it Sea? No, it was Tokyo Disneyland. And their Enchanted Tiki room has Stitch. And
Really?
he completely ruined my beloved Tiki room. Like, I thought
Oh,
the Zazu and Diago one was bad. Like Stitch, I have never heard so many like burping and farting and other stuff in a show. And they didn't even do like the music from the movie. It was the music from the like Saturday morning cartoon TV show.
really?
It was weird.
Hmm.
The birds were pointless, and like I guess over there they love Stitch, so this was like the best thing they've ever seen. But like just seeing the original Enchanted Tiki room in its glory at well, I guess that's not the original, but the one at Disney World. Yeah, I like my original one. I'm glad they brought the original back. It's a classic.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
love going to visit that every time we're there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cute.
Was the Tiki God in the original, or was that only with under new management? 'Cause I feel like the Tiki God came out of the middle of the room in like the first before a new management took over.
It may
Right
have.
out of that arrangement in the center.
Yes. Because I do vaguely remember an animatronic Tiki God coming out of the middle there.
Hmm.
I just can't remember if it was only under new management or if it was before then as well.
Gosh, I don't remember the old style.
New management kind of just made it all fuzzy.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I literally only remember it how it is now.
Yeah.
So my brain can only hold so much.
I think I broke Tay over here.
Speaking of like Enchanted Tikis and all that, I just realized Reg put the background as Tikis.
I was telling you I was playing with that last week.
Well, I didn't see it though because I was like
You were
up
in witness
north.
protection
Yeah,
last
I
week.
was on witness
Yeah.
protection with the burning trees falling on power lines and then exploring a mystery spot up in the Upper Peninsula.
Oh yeah, I still need to. I saw you had some postings out on Instagram.
Yeah, well, I don't think I broke the secret of the mystery spot. Oh, hopefully I didn't give too many spoilers on it.
The secret of the ripoff.
Yeah, it's
It's
interesting. They had a fun fort though. The fun fort was fun.
yeah, you know what? The kids had a blast when we took them through that, but they were small. I mean, we thought it was hokey as heck, but you know what? It's kind of a rite of passage when you go up north.
You have to do it. I feel like not going to even like the Call of the Wild as a kid.
Mhm.
I felt like I should have hit that as a kid. I would have enjoyed it more instead of just looking at a bunch of taxidermied animals that you just pick up a horn and be like, hey, this is what the animal sounded like when it was like alive. It's like, this feels a little awkward. It feels weird just saying, hey, this is what it sounds like when it's alive. And it's like, now I'm like actually thinking about like the animal behind the glass. And it's like, you want to hear what it sounds like? And it's like, well, I mean, I don't think you needed to bring him over here for me to hear what it sounds like. But
Funny.
That thing is just so weird anyway. Just looking at like the foam sprayed walls to make it look like you're walking through a cave and all that.
Mhm.
It's an interesting attraction.
But you have to do it once.
You gotta do it once. Everything going up there, you gotta do once. Harwick Pines is good up there. Mackinac, you definitely have to do once. Uh,
Yep.
You know what this means?
What?
You have to take me to Call of the Wild.
No.
You get to do it twice.
I was gonna say,
And
I don't think you realized that.
and the mystery spot and the Sulaks.
Oh, take her to the deer farm too while you're at it.
No,
Yes.
there is a deer
And
farm.
and since y'all are over 21, in the middle of the Upper Peninsula, in the middle of nowhere, there is a casino in a town called Christmas, and it is literally Christmas themed. There are Santa Clauses and all kinds of things. It is a tiny, tiny casino, but it is cool just to go in there and see an actual casino that is completely Christmas themed.
I remember you going up there with Nathan up
Mhm.
there, and
Yep.
I remember you sending pictures of that, and it's like, it's interesting. I know Frank Muth would never do it, but like, what if they like, just put like a casino just outside of it, but made it like Bronner's Christmas themed? That'd be interesting.
It wouldn't it? Yes.
That's what'll happen when they lose all the water park revenue over in Frankenmuth and Bronner's goes out of business in like the next
They get desperate.
10,000 years. Then go put a casino in there.
Exactly. It's big enough.
It'll happen if we get like the world of what's his face? The guy from Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge's Idiocracy movie. Bronner's in a alternate reality will turn into a Christmas casino.
Yep. You see it happening.
Oh, Lord, that'd be
Frightening,
interesting.
but at the
Yeah.
same time, kind of surreal.
Oh boy. Well, with that, we're gonna start getting into the meat and potatoes of the show, and we are gonna start discussing Tai Chi's adventures through the magical vacation kingdom and her top picks of the best places for dining.
All right. Well, I have a few of them, and most of them are not in the park.
Ooh, that's
I
gonna be a
know.
hot take for some people.
I know. But I found that most of the good restaurants are either in Disney Springs or they are at the resorts. And I really, really liked a lot of the restaurants I ate at Disney Springs. There are a couple in particular that I actually absolutely loved. One of them being Haleo, which you joined us on one of those trips, and the other one is Morimoto Asia. And it's a toss up between the two. I've only been to Morimoto Asia once, and it was phenomenal. Their variety of Pan Asian foods, because it's not just Japanese food, um, is exceptional. Everything is super duper high quality, and they are pretty quick to get the food out to you. I think on our last trip there, when we went, we had, I think, 7 of us there, and we just did family style. We just ordered a bunch of things, stuck them in the middle of the table, and they were great. So we had some crispy ribs, we did the dim sum thing, we had dumplings and wontons and various other things, but the best thing they had there was the crispy duck. And we had seen it on a couple of influencer videos. You got all these Disney folks running around doing their videos. They eat, sleep, and breathe Disney. And we happened to see one of the influencers had ordered this crispy duck, and we thought, well, we could try it. I mean, I've had crispy duck downtown Toronto in Chinatown, and it was phenomenal. So I thought to myself, well, it is very commercial, but we'll try it. So we got it. It totally lived up to the hype. It was crispy on the outside, super tasty. The meat was not dry. You actually got basically the whole duck minus the head. and it
Oh,
was enough to share for everyone. It's a little on the pricey side for the duck. I think it was about $70, maybe a little bit more for the duck itself. So, but it was definitely worth it. And again, the ribs, I think we got some sort of sauteed beef tenderloin with vegetables. Everything was spot on. The service was phenomenal. The only thing I will say, it was very, very loud in there, as it is with many of the Disney. I'm not, and I'm putting that as an entire blanket over the resorts, the parks, or whatever. It's very loud because the venues tend to be very large and hold a lot of people at once.
Mhm.
So, um, so that being said, it is 2 levels. They have an open kitchen, so when you walk in toward the back, you can see all those crispy ducks hanging already. So you already know what you're gonna get when you order that, which is kinda great. I like it. They serve the dim sum comes in the traditional little bamboo steamers. So you're getting kind of some of the cultural experience as well. Plus, it's a bonus. I mean, Morimoto was Iron Chef. He was on
yeah.
back in the day on Food Network. That's how we all knew him. So to be able to eat at one of his restaurants was like a bucket list item for me. And I think the entire group that was with us, they all agreed they absolutely loved this restaurant. So moving on to Haleo, I've been there 3 times, and I've had 3 different experiences, all of them good. Um, the first time around, it was just my husband and I, and we did the Haleo experience, and they brought out, I think, probably about 14, 15 different items, and it ranged anywhere from salad type items to bread items to meat to seafood. And I have absolutely no complaints about it, and it was wonderful. They end it with a dessert, and they had this, it was like a chocolate gelato with olive oil toast, like a piece of it was like Melba toast almost,
Sounds
except it's coated with
interesting.
olive oil, which I would have never put on a dessert in my own brain. It actually went perfectly with the dark chocolate gelato, and again, I'm gonna call it gelato because they called it something else, and I just can't recall what it is, but it was so rich and so creamy that it actually was perfect for that toast.
Well, and
And hmm?
also, I want to make a mention real quick too. For anybody that wants to see Tai Chi's dining experience too, she does have a couple blogs posted on what she is talking about on the Kosen Tiki site. So, if you ever want to follow some of the coverage of eating at it's Mori. God, what's the name of the first one you said? It's more.
Oh, Morimoto
I
Asia.
I almost said Moto Moto,
That's
which
the wrong thing.
Madagascar too, which we will not talk about Moto Moto, but
Or hello, Moto.
yeah, Moto Moto
Yeah,
likes
there we go.
you.
Hello, Moto.
Hello,
Hello,
Moto.
Moto.
But yeah, definitely. The one thing I will say about Haleo, well, actually, there are 2 things. One is you can get traditional Spanish paella, and it comes with quite a price tag. It is roughly anywhere from $125 to $250 for a probably 20-inch diameter pan of rice, and it has various things in it. Some you can get with seafood or meats or whatever. And I think Taylor, on the trip that you were with us, we actually got it because your grandmother wanted it, and it was
Yes.
very good. Little plug, mine's better, but it's it is very good, and it is worth it to get it if you have 6, 8, 10 people to serve, and you're not doing the fixed price multi-course meal. So definitely worth, I guess, to go ahead and try it if you have a large group with you. The other thing we did on this last trip, because we had 7 of us, we actually had the fixed price meal, and we had the add-on where they actually bring, it's called jamon iberico, so Iberian ham. These pigs are fed, I think, black walnuts. So they have a darker meat, and it has more flavor, kind of, I guess the closest resemblance would be like prosciutto. They cure it
Prosciutto.
so it's salty. Except that when you order it, it's $9 extra per person, and with that, you get 2 little tiny slivers of jamon iberico and a couple of little baguette-shaped crackers, but the experience is totally worth it. They have a cart with this leg with the hoof on it, and it's in a brace, and they wheel it over to your table, and they hand carve it right in front of you. They put it on a plate in this, like, little spiral design, and then they set out, Serrano ham next to it, and they have you do a ham tasting so that you can taste the difference. So they'll tell you, "Here, taste the Serrano ham." They tell you the same like, kind of like a wine connoisseur. Put it on your tongue, put it up next to the roof of your mouth for a minute, just kinda savor it, and then go ahead and grab a little cracker, chew it up and swallow it, and take a drink of water, right? Then they
Yeah,
have you do the same thing with the jamon iberico, and it melts like butter. Totally different taste. It's that's the reason that if you go to buy an entire jamon iberico on latienda.com, it's anywhere between, 1,500 and probably 3 to $4,000 for one of those hams, but you can only eat a tiny bit. It is like prosciutto. It is very, very, very rich, very salty. So,
that's
if you're gonna
pricey.
buy a $4,000 piece of, quarter of a pig, make sure you're gonna do it for a wedding for, like, 300 people. So, 'cause I can guarantee that you will never be able to eat that entire leg, but it was cool, and then they have a fake one that you can actually go over and pretend like you're trying to take a bite out of it. So, we had pictures of that as well. Over there trying to take a big old
Crazy.
bite. Yeah, but it was totally worth it. We had a great, server this last time. Our bill would have been about $1,200 for 7 of us, and he gave us the Florida discount. He gave us a special discount, and he took some money off it, so we ended up paying about $900 after tip for our meal. Also to mention, they have the best tableside white sangria. They build it right at the table for you, and it's by the pitcher. So it is definitely worth doing. You don't have to get the fixed price meals. They have lots of things on the menu that you can just go in and order whatever you feel like. Some people go in there just for drinks and tapas. He does have an extra snacky type place that's around the corner where you can get they call them bikinis, but they're little submarine sandwiches with serrano ham and cheeses and things like that, and you can still get kind of some of the taste of what Jose Andres sells and cooks.
That sounds pretty good.
Does.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
It really
The other
does.
place we really, really liked was Steakhouse 71
So,
over
yes,
yes,
that's at Contemporary, right?
yes, at the Contemporary.
Where what was it? The wave of American flavors used to be.
Yes, and we actually had
Oh.
Easter buffet there when the kids were little, when it was Waves of American Flavor, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was your standard buffet. It was not a character meal at all. So, and I have a little bit of memory of it, but I mean, it wasn't anything that was outstanding at the time. So, but Steakhouse 71, my husband and I were by ourselves when we went for dinner, and the bread service. And yes, it's kind of expensive for 2 Parker House rolls, some butter that has 71 on it, and some tomato jam, but it is the best tomato jam ever on that bread. And they salt the butter. I mean, whatever that stuff is on top, I think it's like a salt and pepper mix maybe. It actually gives it extra flavor, so totally worth it. Get the bread service. Just splurge. I had the prime rib, and it comes with the Yorkshire pudding and all the trimmings, and it was done perfectly. It had perfect flavor. It was well seasoned around the outside edges. It did not have an excessive amount of fat. I mean, prime rib is kind of fatty anyway, but it wasn't like it was all fat, no meat. It
Yeah.
had a really good ratio. So we really, really enjoyed our meal, and I just absolutely just give it, like the 2 thumbs up thing. So, um, That's
I've
one of
heard that's
them.
been highly recommended as a place to go,
Mhm.
especially for people who are wanting a good steak, for one, because Disney is a little iffy on finding a good steakhouse.
Mhm.
Especially like I know some people will probably like go riot at me on this, but like the one in Canada, a lot of people like the Canadian. Yeah, Le Cellier. I don't think that's a good steakhouse.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Whi which so many people praise it, and it's like, I don't know. I've never had a good meal there. I've been there twice. I didn't think it was good. I mean, I probably went probably in my later high school years, which was quite a bit long ago now, but
Bad when I think I've only been there once and I don't remember anything about it for the most part.
Unremarkable, right?
Exactly.
Oh, I have a very clear memory of of our meal. So, one of the folks that was on the last trip with us and I decided to split the gigantic ribeye, whatever, I don't know, it was huge. So, we got that, we got the potatoes for the side, the kind of au gratin type potatoes, and then I think it was asparagus. So, we got our giant ribeye and it was literally a burned up pot roast.
ugh.
It was well done all the way through to the point where there probably was a quarter-inch husk on it, and we were told that's the way it was cooked. On top of that, it had absolutely 0 flavor. So, it kind of ruined it for and it was darn expensive because literally it was the size of a pot roast.
Well,
So, that was my experience.
that kinda brings up a question, to any Canadian listeners out there. So, if you've gone to Epcot and gone to Les Cellier, like, is that restaurant and I always wonder this for other countries on the World Showcase at Epcot. Is Les Cellier a true representation of your country's food? Because it kinda just seems weird that Canada is just a steakhouse. And I'm sure they might have good steaks over there. I'm not denying that, but it seems like there's other dishes in Canada that would be a better, like, representation, I would think.
Poutine.
I
Oh,
think they
poutine.
just added poutine at that steakhouse, which was really weird that they never had it before, but
Mhm. We did get the poutine, and it was pretty good. It wasn't anything phenomenal, but it was good. So and the only reason we got that is, again, from watching a Disney influencer say, "Hey, you need to get the poutine here." I have had better across from, uh, from Port Huron in Sarnia. Their
yeah.
poutine knocks the socks off of the ones in, the Canada exhibit, but as far as the ambiance goes for Le Cellier, it's beautiful. The whole walk getting in there, the whole exhibit for Canada is actually beautiful. So when you go in, it's like a giant wine cellar. And it was like, yes, noisy, busy, because again, it's actually, a bazillion people in there at once. But at the same time, it was kind of cool. You felt like you were literally in a giant wine cave. So that part of it was actually really cool, and, the asparagus was outstanding. So, the asparagus. So, yeah, but as far as our steak went, it was a big fat 0.
Well, I think I wanna do kind of a little social experiment on our social media, is do a poll on does the food in that specific country on the showcase, does it truly represent your food from your country? For example, like, if the restaurants in Italy truly represent the best foods you actually have in Italy. Because I'm
Mhm.
really curious if we're getting, like, the Americanized rendition of it all.
I know. I wonder about that as well, even though they tell you that they bring the employees in from those countries to work there. But they still might be following, I guess, maybe like an Americanized standard for what we would eat.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I think we've discussed before too, like even in Mexico, and it may not even be the restaurant, it might be the stand. Like during Food and Wine Festival, I feel like I'm getting like the legit dishes from that country. But like when I go to the stand in Mexico, and I might be wrong, but I could have swore I saw them drenching my nachos in the Ortega like plastic cheese.
Yeah, they probably were.
Which, well, and that's my point is they say like, oh, it's true representation. It's like, okay, but I feel like that's not what they would be doing down in Mexico.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious from whatever listeners are out there is do do the countries actually have the true food representations from your country, or are we getting like the TGI Fridays version and everything? I will say the American Pavilion chef's kiss to whatever they're
Mhm.
doing in their cafeteria because I think that
Mhm.
for
Yep.
some reason that used to be some of the worst food and I slept on it for so long, and ever since they turned it into that Regal Eagle Smokehouse,
Yes.
that has to be some of the best food I've had on the showcase, which I feel like shouldn't be the case for a counter service.
Right. No, I totally agree. Yep.
And
I'm mm-mm.
I mean
Because
I
that used
haven't.
to be terrible.
Oh, it used to be really bad. I mean, it was. I almost thought it was kind of insulting that the fact that they were like, yeah, the most American food is like a funnel cake and just like some really horrible chicken strips and hot dogs that back in the day you used to be able to get better American food up at the Electric Umbrella at the front of the park.
Hey, what's wrong with funnel cakes?
I mean, I've
We're Americans. We like deep fried greasy food with powdered sugar on it.
that is true. It was definitely a missed opportunity for a while that they didn't
Mhm.
have barbecue though. So
Yeah. Well,
I
I think they can't get away with it anymore because there are so many out front barbecue places that, they're all over social media. They've been on, all of our main, network TV shows and competitions and stuff. So, on a global front, they I think they need to live up to that. Maybe that's why they went ahead and actually, ponied up the money for the right people and the right food. I don't know. Maybe that's just my guess.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Also with the mention on barbecue, um, so Disney, I know Reg and I went to it, and this will jump us over to Hollywood Studios. Yeah, Rodeo Roundup.
Yes.
Um, that is a interesting restaurant, and a lot of people were kind of snoozing on it at first because Disney, added the polite pig, then they added the regal eagle, and then they started adding more barbecue throughout the park. So most people were saying it's like, oh my god, dude, do we really need another barbecue restaurant out of like all things you're gonna put in? And it's actually. I think it's probably if not the best, it has to be at least top 2 or 3 in table service at, Hollywood Studios because, like, whatever top service you get at Hollywood Studios, like, it's it's a nosedive quick
Mhm.
from the top to the bottom
Yep.
because I know you're a big fan of the famous Cobb salad at the Brown
Ooh,
Derby.
my husband is a fan of it. I'm not.
Oh, okay, well,
No, I think it's a bowl of slush, but
that's what I think it
it's
looks like.
yeah, I think they chop it too finely and they use too much dressing. I think flavor-wise, it's not that bad, but, also they put blue cheese in it. I'm not a big fan of blue cheese, so I think I'm kind of biased from that perspective,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But, like, the Brown Derby was always kinda like the pinnacle of fine dining at
Mhm.
Hollywood Studios, or back then it was MGM Studios, um, and then probably the next one was I wanna say it was Prime Time.
See, I just Mm.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
It's
but
okay.
that's the sharp decline though, because after
It
prime
is.
time, you had, I mean, Mama Melrose is not there anymore, but that was like, ugh, really bad.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you had sci-fi dining.
No, thank you.
So I loved that place, but the only thing that I had an issue is that it was kind of creepily quiet in there. So you couldn't really talk at a normal voice because,
Yeah.
it had the drive-in theater vibe, or like actually more like movie theater vibe. And you know, they're a standard burger, fry, and onion ring place. I mean, I don't really hold much value in those to begin with, just because they are what they are. But I would have liked those clips to be longer so that you actually get a good hunk of a show
Yeah.
versus, every 2 minutes changing to something else. So the best part of it is the intermission with the hot dog doing the flips into the bun, which is like reminiscent of the old drive-in days. So that those are really the best things. Yeah, I liked it just because it was different, but the food, it was okay. I mean, it
Yeah, and
didn't do
that's
anything.
yeah, that's the thing that kind of makes it kind of the nosedive is
Mm.
like you're expecting like, a true table service restaurant, and I think they almost went too authentic.
Yeah.
Like you're getting like AMC authentic concession reheated hot dogs for like
Yes.
$30.
Yes, I agree. And if you want a good hamburger, you're gonna go back to Disney Springs and you're gonna go to Deluxe Burger.
That's a good one.
I'm telling
Handshakes.
you. Yep, their milkshakes, their burgers. I mean, they're spot on. And again, order at the counter, sit down. They have all their barbecue sauces and whatever sauces out there you can get. I think that was the best burger I think I've ever had at Disney, period.
Yes, and that's the thing is it all comes down to you're most likely going to get a better meal at Disney Springs. If you're looking for theming, you're going to want to go to the parks. I mean,
Right.
that's clearly stated, or even some of the resort restaurants. But if you really want the better food, you're better off going to Disney Springs. With the exception, though, with the breakfast buffets,
Mm,
because
mhm.
there is some really good breakfast buffets, and there is also some really good breakfast you can even get at the club level rooms
Absolutely. Yep.
if you get club level at your resort. First thing I want to note on this is just off the top of my head, club level. I know you can get club level at Grand Floridian, and I want to say it's a Royal Palm Club, but I might be wrong on that. Polynesian has one, Contemporary has one, Boardwalk has one. I don't know if Yacht Club has. Well, I would assume they probably have one. I know Beach Club has one.
Yeah, I thought, don't they share one?
They might share one.
I think
That's
That
they
what I
would
was
make
do.
thinking.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty much joined anyway by a lobby, right?
I
So,
Yeah, I think it's only a lobby. I wasn't sure if the hallway stretched.
Because I thought they
um,
had their own individual
Well, they do
lobbies.
have their own individual lobbies, but I wasn't sure if
but they're linked. Like you can stay inside and go to the other
Yeah,
one.
you could walk through them.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because I remember walking over there to eat at the Yachtsman one time, another steakhouse, which we were not overly impressed with. I mean, they weren't horrible, but they were very expensive and they were just kind of average.
Yeah.
And the problem we had with them is both our kids were on the kids menu. We were on a dining plan. And we had this problem with another one, and I'll get to this, but they were adult menu items at the time for, 7 and 8-year-old kids, or 8, 9, I guess. But, so we had a tough time finding food at some of these restaurants that the kids would actually eat. So that was kind of the problem we had there. Now, that being said, dessert, they knocked it out of the park because they actually had like a dessert that you could actually paint. They brought a paint palette out for the kids and they could actually decorate with paint brushes and whatever. So that was totally cool for them, which totally made up for them not wanting to eat their dinner. But it was nice. It was kind of elegant and kind of, more, I guess, more serene eating there than eating at like one of the big park restaurants.
Yeah,
So
more kind of that fine dining, not like
yeah.
loud feel.
Mm, yep. But I'm almost positive they share a club level, but I could be wrong. I mean, we have
They
not done club level there, so we only have done it over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And
Yes, I know they have one in Wilderness Lodge. That's the other one that has one.
oh yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind trying them someday. I've never stayed at Wilderness Lodge, so that would be kind of fun to stay at, I think.
They have
But
great dining over there too.
you know what? The only thing that I've ever eaten at was the Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Oh, over at Fort Wilderness.
Yes. Yes, and that was a blast. I mean, we had a lot of fun. The kids actually ate that time because I mean, they had stuff the kids could eat. And it was, it's all you can eat. They bring it to the tables and whatever. Part of the folks at my table were petrified that they were going to get chosen to be dragged up on stage. Um, so there is that. There's always the risk of you being dragged up and embarrassed in front of, hundreds of people. So
Reg would kill
you do
me
have to,
if she got
there
dragged up
is
there.
that. So, if you want to avoid that, get like the tier three ones upstairs off to the side and in the back. Oh, and even then, I'm not even so sure they won't drag you down from there. But yeah, it was good. The other thing, and go back to Animal Kingdom Lodge. We did the club level, and just to be fair, it is about $90 extra to do club level, and we thought it was totally worth it for Dave and I. I mean, it was just the two of us.
Yeah,
We could get up at our leisure, we can go. They always had, they called it Continental, but it was literally Continental Plus. They had in the morning, they would actually bring a hot dish in or 2. They had their egg casserole, which they called, I think it was bobotie, an African style egg dish, and it had different type of meat in it every day. They had some sort of a potato, but they always had another hot dish, and they would bring them from either, Boma downstairs or from Sanaa. So, Dave's favorite, they had this coconut oatmeal and very specific to, and I think, an African, maybe Indian even style, because I think they kinda do like the North African, lower mid Asian type food. So,
yeah,
he loved that, and we had way more than we could possibly want up there. They always had charcuterie up there, all kinds of breakfast pastries, lots of fruits. You got your pog juice, you could have alcohol if you wanted. I mean, that's all included. And after a day or so, they kinda get to know you up there because it's very limited number of people, and they start anticipating really what they think you're gonna like, so they will offer you little personalized things. And, like, Dave, as I was telling you before, he always wanted to eat his body weight in Mickey bars,
yeah.
and the first day or so, they were kinda slim pickings. There weren't a whole lot. We'd get back from the park late or whatever, and they realized that he wanted Mickey bars at night, so they started stocking them for him. And the same with the Coke Zero bottles. They always made sure they had Coke Zero just for him. So, it was just really nice to have personalized service. That being said, Boma downstairs, the buffet, I I like them best out of all the breakfast buffets.
They are really good. Them and Cape May.
Oh, I've never done breakfast at Cape
Oh,
May. I've
Cape
only ever
May
done
is
the clam bake.
great.
They're
My
really
Okay.
family
good.
always does it. Also, it's a plus because it's a character breakfast.
Oh, it is?
It's it's
Oh,
Minnie and Friends, so it's like Minnie, Daisy, oh man, I'm forgetting Donald
I think Goofy
and
comes out in like a
Goofy.
surf outfit or something.
Yeah,
oh.
and Goofy.
I thought
Oh, like in
Boma
their
did
swim
one.
gear?
Yes. Yeah, they're in their swim gear.
Yeah.
I've never seen a character breakfast at Boma.
Yeah, I felt like they're it seems really weird that they never had one. Or maybe they did in the past. I don't know, but that would have been the perfect time to have like Timon and like Pumbaa coming out.
Well, but here's the thing about that resort, it is way far away from everything else, and the only way to get there is by bus. So you would have to go to a park or somewhere, transfer, and then come back. So they might not feel that it's worth it to have the $75 character breakfast there for that reason, unless you're planning to take an Uber or something.
Kingdom's always been weird because it's almost felt like it's like a mix between like a deluxe resort, but with like heck, even not even like the modern, moderate resort amenities.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
it's like borderline on. I mean, it doesn't even have boat service. I always thought it was weird, even with the Skyliner access. Like, I mean, okay, cool, you connected like Pop Century and you connected Caribbean Beach and all that, but like Animal Kingdom being a deluxe resort, they should take the learnings from that. And it's like, okay, a Skyliner would never disturb any of the animals. I mean, the thing is silent, and it'd be so
Right.
easy just to take a gondola and go drop you off at Animal Kingdom, and then you'd have the exclusive resort of having transportation directly in.
I was gonna say, could you imagine how much more traffic they probably would get
Oh,
if they
Mhm.
actually tied in, like, the Skyliner or something?
oh yeah, because even like the suites at Arts of Animation end up being more. I want to say there's sometimes more than staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is kind
I've
of
seen that because you would assume they would be closer to the other ones, like the All-Star, right?
yeah. And even
Mhm.
sometimes you have Pop Century just for having a Skyliner access. Sometimes I've even seen that one, maybe not at rack rate prices. Even like through booking, it has more popularity because why am I gonna go spend all that money to go stay somewhere where I'm gonna have to
Exactly.
either get a ride share in or get on the bus service?
I was gonna say Animal Kingdom Lodge and Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge are all very hard to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus they have a similar building style.
They do, yeah, so you can get them
Mhm.
easily confused.
Yep. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, they're all that
But
horseshoe shape.
you know what's nice though? With the Animal Kingdom lodges, if you're facing the savannah, we saw lots of animals all the time.
I was gonna say, I've only stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge one time, and that was actually for one night before we got on my one and only Disney cruise I've ever been on.
Oh, very nice.
So,
Very nice. My husband would be jealous. He wants to do a Disney cruise.
I wanna do one now that I'm more of an adult.
To do a cruise that doesn't have kids.
Fair enough.
But
I
but I do like the whole Disney concept. I wish they would have a Disney adults only cruise.
Slave, that would make so much money.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
and I'll give credit to Disney where it's due. The newer cruise lines, with the exception, I think, of the Wish, have really tried to cater to adults with their little themed nightclub districts.
Right.
So like now I think adults are they're the only ones that can get in like the Star Wars bar, the Haunted Mansion bar, the Jungle Cruise bar, and they have like a little nightclub district just like you kind of have like on Royal Caribbean or any of those other ships.
Mhm.
Um, granted, I don't believe Disney even gives you a drink package, so you're kind of paying all Olive Carte
Well, it's
for.
Disney. What do you expect?
But I think your soft drinks are already included with Disney too, so I guess that kind of offsets it
Yeah,
a tiny
so I
bit.
guess that does help offset the main price of it if that's already included.
Yes.
Can you buy those plastic cups?
Oh yeah, the plastic cups
The
where
plastic Disney cups?
the
Yeah.
magic dispenser won't dispense your stuff because you're like 30 seconds early.
Yeah.
I had one of those on Royal Caribbean, it was so annoying.
Yeah, you gotta wait
Mhm.
30 seconds for your little chip to activate to allow you to
You can't go
get
over to
another
it too
Coke.
fast.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, you
But
can have unlimited alcohol nonstop with no space, but God forbid you get a Coke 30 seconds earlier.
yep. Yep.
Uh, yeah, it's crazy. I also want to make a mention real quick on the other club levels. Reg brought it up. So apparently, you got the Atrium Club at Contemporary, the Kronos Club at Grandestino Tower. That's kind of surprising.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot about that place.
yeah,
I would love to
moderate
stay
too.
there one time.
Yeah, I'd like to stay in Grandestino Tower, and I definitely would not want to stay in the rest of Coronado Springs. But
No, but I'd like is that where the Three Rivers bar or the Three Bridges bar is?
yes,
I would like to try that place,
and
and they
Toledo
actually
too.
yes, I would like to try that place too, but, the Three Bridges bar, actually, I think on Sundays, maybe more than once a week, but they have a sangria class.
Ooh. Well,
Mhm.
that's fancy. Yeah, they cater more to the them and Contemporary cater to the convention crowd because they have a convention center over there too. Um and then also you got the Innkeepers Club at Disney's Boardwalk. You got the Kilimanjaro Club, which I think you were saying you did club level there, so you're probably in the Kilimanjaro at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You got the King
Mhm.
Kamehameha. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. At Polynesian, you got the Old Faithful Club at Wilderness Lodge, and then you got the Stone Harbor Club at Disney's Beach Club, which probably tells us that club level is probably included at Yacht Club.
Okay. Yep.
Um, I'm sure we'll be fact checked, but I I I believe,
Don't
Somebody will
worry.
be yeah, somebody
and
will, pipe up.
yeah, and that too. Another mention, and actually this is the last thing we have on our agenda for this one, is it worth, if you're looking to satisfy that sweet tooth before a firework, is it better going to a dessert party for an upcharge, or is it better finding a really good dessert on, whether it be like Main Street or whether you're finding a unique dessert in Epcot at one of the bakeries? Um, what's probably, I guess, what's a consensus on what is probably a better experience?
Well, I personally, if it was Epcot, I would probably go to the pastry shop at France and get my favorite pastry of whatever sort for the night, and then head over to watch, whatever their entertainment is over the lake. Um, but it would really depend on the dessert package and what they're serving. If they're serving those little round shortbread filled desserts that they serve at all the buffets, then to
Majority
me it
of the
would not be
time, that's what it is.
yeah, to me that's not worth it because I can get those for breakfast at, Chef Mickey's.
Yeah,
So,
they also have an open, in quotation marks, open bar that you can just go get drinks from and stuff like that, or they have like their little special cocktails or something.
That is
mhm.
specifically timed where the waiter or waitress isn't going to come back until probably like 20 minutes later to ensure that you have your drink down.
Yeah.
As much as you pay.
Yeah.
I can't
Um,
remember what it was. I can't remember because my family likes to do the dessert parties, specifically the seats and sweets or the sweets and seats or whatever it is. Because what they usually do is they have one before, they have one during, and then they have one after the fireworks.
Mhm.
So everyone always goes for the middle one because the middle one is typically at Magic Kingdom, it's at the Tomorrowland Terrace.
Oh, okay.
So if you have the one during the fireworks, you sit on like the lower level of the terrace and you can sit there and watch the fireworks from there.
Oh, that would be nice.
Whereas the ones before and after, you're in like the upper part of the terrace. You can come and go. And I believe on the lawn in front of the castle, they have like a reserved area for you.
don't ask for Coke products, though. That is like deep taboo.
Really?
Yeah, so you can have the fancy orange sludge, I guess not sludge, but the blue,
Juice.
yeah, you can get Pog juice and all this other fancy stuff. Reg's father, when he asked for a Coke, Oh, that's a no-go.
He's better yet just going out to one of the popcorn stands and just going and buying one.
Wow.
Like, it was like almost saying Voldemort. Like, you can't say, "Oh, well, no, how dare you?" It's like you have all this other selection. It's like, okay, if I don't want a Bud Light and I don't want a water and I don't want the Pog juice, why can't I have a Coke?
Considering Disney is also sponsored. You know why? Because maybe they don't have like the actual fountains readily available right there.
It might be, but just give a bottle. Fine, give the bottle of Cokes. You have those.
That's what that is what I don't understand is they probably have so much in their utilidors or heck even in just the kitchen.
Oh, I'm sure. That's crazy. As far as firework packages too, so I will say we did try Geo 82 back in December. Yes. The experience is really cool because it is in the old Siemens Lounge that
Oh,
overlooks the
yeah.
plaza. Yeah,
Yep.
look what's that? I think it's called Dreamers Point or something, or I don't. It's World Celebration. You look over World Celebration, and they kind of pump
Mhm.
the firework music in there. The only problem with it is Geo 82's a little bit far from the lagoon,
Yeah.
and like every tree in its path in that plaza,
Yep.
plus the reflection of like the geometric lights that are above
At
you.
least they turned them down, but
At
they
least-
can't, for safety purposes, they can't turn them all the way off.
Just how the windows are. It's just that it's a good concept. The building, I think, is not meant for firework viewing, if that
No.
makes sense.
I was just going to say, on the other hand, about firework viewing is the California. Is it the California Grill?
California Grill up at the top of
Yeah,
the
at the top of the
Contemporary.
Contemporary. We've done that a
Mhm.
couple times, and if you time it right with your reservations, they'll literally pause service so you can go out on the little observation decks and they pump in the Magic Kingdom music for the fireworks
Oh, that's nice.
so you can watch them from the roof.
Honorable mention too, and I know not many people talk about this restaurant. It's not a dessert party, but if you also time the fireworks right at a restaurant at Grand Floridian called Narcoossee's,
Mhm.
that is right on the water. Um, I mean, you're literally the restaurant is on the lagoon, so that's also a very cool spot. Um, hopefully in the future we can even talk about maybe one of us on this call will eventually get in Victoria and Albert's, but
One of
oh,
these years, when I hit the lottery. Uh, yes, but I have one other place where I actually got to see the fireworks where we were having dinner, and it was at, La Hacienda de San Angel.
go.
Yes, and they turned the lights down and they paused service while everything was going on over the lagoon. So, it was pretty fantastic, and my mother and I actually had a table almost right next to the windows. So, it
Yeah,
was a nice surprise. We literally showed up for our reservation at 9 o'clock and seated us as it was starting.
I was going to
So
say, that just actually reminded me that we've also done it where they've basically, I forget if it, like they have a specific menu over there at the time. I don't think they do, but we had it timed perfectly or we had the right package. And we actually watched the fireworks right up from the Rose and Crown in
Oh,
Britain.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yep,
were in like on like the water right there on the
yep,
lagoon, and we got to watch the entire fireworks from there before.
yep. They have I if I do remember, they do have a specific menu for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really cool from there too. You're bringing back all these memories now. Like these things that I don't even haven't even thought about in probably decades.
That's not
So,
a bad thing.
no, it's all good, just reminiscing through that. But I do want can I make one honorable mention for a restaurant? Spice Road Table.
ooh,
And
that would be a cool one on the water too.
yes, we have not done it for the fireworks, but we did go there. We had registered at the hotel and decided we'd go in the afternoon over to Epcot around 3 o'clock. We were hungry, so we went there. Wonderful small plates. And, Mediterranean food has a lot of really fresh flavors, and they were spot on with their food. And I'm telling you, they had hummus fries. They didn't taste like hummus. They tasted just like crispy golden goodness. And it was amazing. And you're going to notice a theme with me. Yes, excellent sangria.
Sangria.
So, yeah, a blonde sangria. And they actually did where they put pomegranate seeds in it. So they kinda gave it a little bit of a Mediterranean theme to it, and a little piece of, I think it was rosemary or something on the top, but the food there was fresh, it was wonderful, but if you were planning to watch the fireworks, that might be another good option.
I agree on that. Disney, if you're listening, if you don't have it already, get that sangria rolling at the club level at like Grandestino. Like,
Hey, they had it when I checked in at the Kilimanjaro Club. When we went up the elevator 11 o'clock in the morning, "What would you like to drink?" I'm like, "What do you have?" They said, "We have sangria." I said, "Okay."
sangria. That's an interesting one at Animal
Uh-huh,
Kingdom.
11 o'clock. Getting the
Yeah.
eyeballs from my husband. Start your day out right.
Exactly. Got
Yep,
got to get loosened up before you head into the 10-degree hotter weather just in Animal Kingdom.
absolutely.
No, that's really cool. I think probably in the future we're gonna dive deeper into some of the different dinings, kind of actually by the level of like fine dining and all that, because we gotta touch on like Tiffins eventually. Yeah, all those. So we'll definitely hit that in a future episode.
Okay, yeah, we need to do counter service because I feel like some of those counter service places don't get enough credit.
They definitely don't. They're better than most of the table services half the time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Ronto wraps.
Yeah, yeah, and the
Yep,
Star Wars.
yep.
Um, yeah. So we're probably at our max for the time for now. I know everybody wants to have more time to get through their daily corporate grind at work, because I love listening to long episodes, but we got to save some. We'll need a part two. We'll definitely need a part two.
Definitely, definitely, I could do this all night long.
Well, put one up in the future, because we definitely have some spots in the future we need some discussions for. So that'll be perfect.
Excellent.
So thank you for coming on Tai Chi Cakes.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was fun.
Honored to have you, and we'll definitely have you back on soon.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
To wrap the show up, we'll run down our site content. So we have a bit more blogs that were posted, as usual. You can go see our adventure at the mystery spot, the Call of the Wild. Also some pictures from going to the sidecar slider bar, as well as many other things. We have also revamped our rating system to actually be across the board with the same format with our little flowers. So, yeah, everybody loves flowers, but
I
it'll
saw
be less
that.
chaotic. Yes, it'll be less chaotic than having some areas that say, "Oh, it's rated by tikis," or "Oh, it's just rated by a number," because we have a lot of topics on that site.
More consistent.
More consistent. Plus, there's different rating scales because we have concerts, and we have Broadway shows, and we have roadside attractions, and we have unique dining, and we have theme parks, and we have Legos. Escapism, yeah, a little bit of everything. Our meat and potatoes are generally theme parks and roadside attractions and dining. We dabble in some escapism, especially with one of Reg's projects right now is literally building like the Lego Pac-Man arcade cabinet. So
Don't start me on that right
yeah.
now.
Like full size.
It's like a mini size, but like Pac-Man is on a little track with the ghosts, and he
Oh,
goes
wow.
around and everything. It's
Now
very
you're talking my generation.
I was gonna say it's very technical, and it's only slightly annoying, but it's fun.
Oh.
Annoying.
Yes,
I will look forward to seeing that.
if if you ever have a chance just to see some of the projects in the past, we do have a lot of the Lego sets posted up there with their lighting kits installed.
Oh, very nice.
So just some other little fun stuff, more of our hobby stuff you can see, or you can see us complaining about concerts and getting rained out on the lawn and all that fun stuff.
Mhm.
Also, check out our YouTube channel for our Meta Glasses POVs. We plan on getting to Kings Island probably in the next couple of weeks to get some footage out that way, as well as we've been posting some top 10 roller coasters or top 8 or how many roller coasters are at the park, rating our top picks for what's at those parks. You can look at our threads too. We don't really have much on threads because I don't think many people look at threads. And we also post some stuff on Instagram. Also, we're still trying to get it officially locked down, but we will have a guest from the Wisconsin region possibly coming on the show to the different sports stadiums as well as the shenanigans you can have in the Wisconsin Dells.
Ooh, go Cheesehead.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers and all that. He may even touch on some of the stuff that he gets to see every day at his workplace out there, which literally looks like an amusement park. So can say firsthand, it is pretty crazy. So with that, thank you for listening to the show, and we will see you next week. Keep on coasting.
Thank you for listening to tonight's episode of the Coast and Tiki podcast. For all of our listeners out there, keep on coasting.